Meet Gabe Bitto, a senior in the drumline of the Northwestern University Marching Band, who will begin his career as a teacher when he graduates. Yab Woche is a Northwestern freshman whose father emigrated to America from Ghana. Ya intends to major in TV production. Joe Shields contemplates a career in international economic development and is aiming for a Fulbright scholarship when he graduates from Northwestern next summer. Slava Kremerman, a first-generation American, is a math and economics major at Northwestern. And Mia Townsend, a math major who hopes to become an actuary, was born in Hong Kong and came to America when she was 3. Diverse in their backgrounds and aspirations for the future, these 5 Northwestern students are bonded forever in a most surprising way. Their lives were changed by the summer jobs they held in high school and the way those jobs helped them get to Northwestern. Ya, Joe, Slava, Mia, and Gabe all took a long walk to college. They were caddies and became Evans Scholars.
I think it was near the end of 8th grade. My best friend had an interview with the golf course caddy master. So I just went with her to the interview and ended up sitting in and listening to all the benefits of being a caddy, what goes on, how much you get paid. And then he mentioned the Evans Scholarship, which is actually how I heard about it. He said that this is a really good opportunity, not just for the money, but for the chance to get a free ride to college.
The Evans Scholarship, that free ride to college which caught Mia's attention, was named after Charles Evans Jr., nicknamed Chick. Chick Evans was perhaps the second best amateur in American golf history, next to the legendary Bobby Jones. At the tender age of 8 years, Chick fell in love with the game of golf and began to caddy at the Edgewater Golf Club near his family's home on Chicago's North Side. Chick was an outstanding caddy, but became an even better golfer. In fact, he was the first golfer ever to win the U.S. Amateur and the U.S. Open in the same year. That was 1916. 4 years earlier, Chick had enrolled as a freshman at Northwestern University.
Chick Evans had to drop out of Northwestern because of lack of funds. And so when he became successful, and I would suggest to you very successful as an amateur player, he wanted to give back to the game. And this was his vehicle, if you will, for giving back to the game, and that is to create a caddy scholarship.
He combined his 2 favorite loves in life, academics and golf, and decided, oh, what can I do to make that the most amazing type of gift to anyone? So he said, well, if I could find people that are caddying and they do well in school and they can handle the workload of Northwestern, that was the first school that started off, then I'm going to offer them the opportunity to go.
Chick's dream was that kids from working-class families like his own, who make up the bulk of the caddy pool, would never have to give up college for lack of funds. Chick needed an organization to administer his caddy scholarship and turned to the Chicago-based Western Golf Association. The WGA awarded the first Evans scholarships in 1930.
The first 2 Evans Scholars enrolled at Northwestern. That has grown to 8,600 alumni, 835 are in school this year at 22 universities across the country. 14 of those universities have what we call scholarship houses, where the Evans Scholars live together, work together. It's a great melding pot and a great learning experience.
Son, pick up that ball and follow me.
This caddy training film, produced by the WGA in the 1950s, features Bob Hope, Bing Crosby, the great Ben Hogan, and Chick Evans.
Oh, Chuck, good news for you. Yes, Mr. Crosby? You know that scholarship you've been working and hoping for? Came through.
Oh, golly, thanks, Mr. Crosby, and you too, Mr. Evans.
Don't thank me, Chuck. Thank the members of the Western Golf Association, men like Mr. Hogan, Mr. Hope, and Mr. Crosby that have donated their money for these caddy badges.
It's a 400-yard par 4, about 250 of that old oak tree out there.
Coming up, the life lessons learned from being a caddy.
This special presentation of the Big Ten Network is brought to you by Northwestern University, committed to excellent teaching, innovative research, and the personal and intellectual growth of its students in a diverse community.
First and 10, Northwestern.
Can you beat your man to the corner?
Yeah, if the ball's thrown at angle theta of 33 degrees and I accelerate at 3.2 meters per second.
The Cats' game plan reminds me of the Turkish siege of Constantinople in 1453.
I know what you mean.
Our transformation of potential energy into kinetic energy has really enabled us to control the line of scrimmage.
Duh. Our team's elevated efforts seem to have resulted from the phenomenon of increasing returns to scale.
Yeah, they've really sacrificed all egos and let their ids take over.
These days, our undergraduate and graduate academics aren't our only nationally ranked programs.
You, Nimble Lightning, dart your blazing speed through their scornful secondary. King Lear Blue, deep left on pi r squared. Ready?
Carpe diem!
Northwestern University. Good thinking.
Monage Rizigi is developing technology that will carry millions of bits of information faster. She's also developing a wonderful rapport with her 6 students. Mary Zimmerman has earned national attention as a dynamic theater director. Her 15 students also give her rave reviews. Robert Lamb is an internationally recognized expert on the flu virus. His 30 biology students find his enthusiasm quite contagious. Northwestern University, where big ideas come in small classes.
There is an Evans Scholars House at every Big Ten university except Iowa. It all began with the Alpha Chapter at Northwestern. Today, the Evans Scholarship is the largest privately funded scholarship program in the U.S. Those caddies who earn the scholarship receive full tuition and housing and have the opportunity to work campus jobs to earn their meals. That's a big payoff for toting 40-pound bags 4 hours at a time in the summer heat, raking traps, cleaning balls, and displaying the tact and diplomacy to advise golfers of differing skills and dispositions.
Gotta hit it pretty firm here. All right.
One thing about caddying is you sure don't get great golfers every day. I've had full-grown men throw tantrums like they're 7-year-olds and throwing clubs around, throwing clubs at you, blaming you for things. You just grit your teeth and grin and bear it through the round, and then, and then they're on to terrorize someone else the next day.
What's the matter with you? You blind or something? Chuck, gee whiz.
Hey, just a minute,
What's
Pat,
that? Yeah.
You shouldn't talk to the caddy like that. After all, you hit it in there, you know.
Well, Jim, I had a bad day today. I'm crooked. I left a lot of... Here it is, Mr. Crosby. Fine, step aside. I'll lay this up.
I think the biggest lesson that I learned caddying was to be patient and tolerant of people. Even in the people that are very disliked by the caddies, there's always some good qualities in them. And so you just learn to focus on those to make your 4 hours with them enjoyable.
I was really nervous. You're talking about caddying for doctors, lawyers, really successful people, and you're just a little kid who doesn't know anything about golf either, so it's scary.
I remember the first day of training, I asked what par was, and everyone there looked at me like I was some kind of heretic or something. But yeah, I learned pretty quickly though.
Good read. That's awesome. It's a good way to start right there.
Caddying, you get out of it what you put into it. It was really a self-motivated thing. No one else was really getting me up to go to work, so you could really set those goals for yourself. I think that most of the Evans scholars here would agree that a lot of things that you learn through caddying are things that are going to help you with an academic career and then hopefully a real-life career.
I really think what sets you apart when you're a caddy from the general population is toughness and perseverance. There are days where you'll have a bad day on the golf course and you have to come back the next day and have a smile on your face and do it all over again, and you have to do it for 3 straight months. And while all your friends are out and about during the summer and having fun, as a 13, 14, 15-year-old kid, you got to be at work 50, 60 hours a week.
Northwestern Evans Scholar alum Keith Dronin is a financial planner with Smith Barney.
It instilled a work ethic in you, and that it made you mature beyond your years, because rather than the usual paper route job or working at a store, you were working with influential members in your community. And by doing so, you learned life lessons at an early age.
Danielle Ularic, another Evans Scholar alum from Northwestern, works in marketing at Google and moonlights as part of an improv comedy troupe at the famed Second City Theater.
It was a really great experience in my life because I learned how to take a very challenging, intimidating environment, something that I knew little about, and actually become good at what I was doing. So being able to work, support, and then also give advice to adults and to realize that you are helping them, that's something that's important, and that definitely gives you confidence.
For many caddies, the Evans Scholarship is the reason they stay at the job.
I found out about the Evans Scholarship Program as I was getting ready to move from Chicago to Pennsylvania. The club pro told me to bring my mother in and sat her down and said, you know, there's this great opportunity. You could attend a school like Northwestern. You might want to consider coming back here for summers and having a chance to receive the Evans Scholarship. That's what I did. I moved after 8th grade and ended up coming back to Chicago for at least a while every summer just to make sure to keep caddying and to make myself eligible for the scholarship.
I try to let people know. I know it seems ridiculous, and I know you may be like, my daughter's gonna be carrying a bag in 90-degree weather? I'm like, yes, but free college money. You can't get that anywhere else. You just have to go out there and caddy.
Coming up, how golf's greatest helped fund the Evans Scholars.
Think about it. That's a complex task. I mean, to really think about it. Northwestern University provides a collaborative community that helps individuals think about it. We develop critical thinkers, thinkers who are leading us to the future. Northwestern University. Think about it.
Northwestern University. A tradition of excellence. Unlimited opportunities. Lifelong friendships. And exceptional academics.
Northwestern University. Exceptional academic opportunities. 2 beautiful lakefront campuses. Outstanding faculty. Lifelong friendships. Northwestern University and Chicago. A symphony of success.
Northwestern University. Exceptional academic opportunities. 2 beautiful lakefront campuses. A collaborative community. Lifelong friendships. Northwestern University.
The money to fund the Evans Scholarships comes from several sources.
The biggest single revenue generator is our BMW Championship, formerly known as the Western Open, which generates $2 million plus per year.
The WGA has run its tournament longer than all but one other tournament on the PGA Tour. The champions of the Western Open, and now the BMW Championship, include golf's greatest players. Every champion has paid homage to Chick Evans' dream. Evans Scholars volunteer to help run the BMW Championship and get to caddy at the Pro-Am. The Evans Scholars are also supported by the WGA's Bag Tag and Par Club members.
A funny thing at my job, a new manager was hired and she had been talking that she liked golf, etc. And I noticed on her laptop bag that she actually had the Par Club tag on it. So I was like, I'm an Evans Scholar. And she's like, well, this scholarship does come full circle now, doesn't it? Now we both have our Par Club tag on our laptop bags.
Evans Scholars alumni give back nearly $3 million a year to the program. The giving begins in college. Northwestern's Evans Scholars are among the campus leaders in philanthropy and community service.
There's an orientation after I won the scholarship to Northwestern where Chick Evans spoke to all us new Evans Scholars, and I saved his notes, which he dropped to the floor and someone was going to throw them out. I think it was my mother who picked them up and gave them to me. But in these notes, Chick Evans talks about the importance of being a caddy, the importance of the scholarship. But one of the most important things that Chick talked about was your responsibility after you graduated from the program to give back not only to the Evans Scholarship Program, but to give back to education in general. And we're all very happy to keep his dream alive.
To qualify for the Evans Scholarship, a caddy must be recommended by his club and then meet the 3 requirements of the Western Golf Association.
The first is that they must have been a caddy for 2 years with a certain minimum number of rounds. The second thing that they need to do is they need to have graduated in the top 25% of their high school class and have good test scores. And the third one is that they have to have, within our definition, financial need. That translates today into a family income of probably $65,000 or less.
The WGA judges the character of candidates with the final step in the process, a press conference-style interview with the assembled directors of the WGA, affectionately known as the Green Jackets.
Imagine yourself at 17 or 18 years of age, standing at a lectern in front of 65 to 85, 90 gentlemen with green jackets on like I have right now, and responding to their questions. It's remarkable, really, how poised they are at that age. Or let me rephrase that, they have the appearance of poise. Because I bring them up to the lectern, and I can tell you I have a lot of sweaty palms that I shake hands with.
Is there anything that you learned playing golf that you think is going to help you in school and in your life?
Just mostly patience, because golf helps you with that.
That was actually really nerve-wracking. People raise their hands and they ask you questions, and they have your whole application right in front of them, and it's basically your whole life, and you justify it to them. But it really builds character, I think. It's a great interview process.
I think in the end they just wanted to have an idea of who I was, because they're investing an incredibly large amount of their time, effort, and money in making it possible for me to go to Northwestern. They wanted to make sure that that money and time is well placed.
One of the things I'm very proud about is that my scholarship letter to Northwestern University, I still have that, and probably this was the most exciting piece of mail that I ever opened.
Coming up, Northwestern's Evans Scholars say, "This is our house."
Northwestern University, a tradition of excellence. Of academic inquiry, of success, and of lifelong friendships. Northwestern University.
First and 10, Northwestern.
Can you beat your man to the corner? Yeah, if the ball's thrown at angle theta of 33 degrees and I accelerate at 3.2 meters per second.
The Cats' game plan reminds me of the Turkish siege of Constantinople in 1453.
I know what you mean.
Our transformation of potential energy into kinetic energy has really enabled us to control the line of scrimmage. Duh. Our team's elevated efforts seem to have resulted from the phenomenon of increasing returns to scale.
Yeah, they've really sacrificed all egos and let their ids take over.
These days, our undergraduate and graduate academics aren't our only nationally ranked programs.
You, nimble lightning, Dart your blazing speed through their scornful secondary. King Lear blue, deep left on pi r squared. Ready?
Carpe diem!
Northwestern University. Good thinking.
This special presentation of the Big Ten Network is brought to you by Northwestern University, committed to excellent teaching, innovative research, and the personal and intellectual growth of its students in a diverse community.
Northwestern's Evans Scholars share a lifetime bond forged through their experience living in the Evans Scholars house.
One of the most overlooked aspects of this program is the quality of the 4 years living in the same house with these same people and the way that it allows each of us to grow.
You find the camaraderie because you live together, but you also find the camaraderie because you've all worked so hard to get here. I think it's an amazing opportunity. I've been given to go to this amazing school and to partake in the collective that is just campus as a whole, because I've made so many friends here because I was here as an Evans Scholar. I was given that opportunity. I love this university, and this has been easily the best 4 years of my life.
The people here have helped me change for the better. Living in the Evans house means just as much to me as the financial aspects of the Evans Scholarship.
When you talk to Evans Scholars, almost the last thing they will talk about is the money aspect to the scholarship. However, it's so about the community, because when you have people that are so attached to this cause and they're so attached to the people and they've had such an experience that you really can't put a price to, that's an experience you're going to want to give back to.
You see, Jim, caddying's a good job.
Oh, yes, sir. Gee, I hope you can use me.
In Chick Evans' day, caddies were all male and mostly Caucasian. Caddies are now more diverse, and so are the Evans Scholars.
40 years ago, it was primarily young guys who were caddying, and now 20% of our Evans Scholars are women. We have minorities of all race, religion, and creeds, and it makes it a better program. It makes it a better environment to live and learn about other people.
It's a very diverse group of people, but that's part of our creed, is that we learn to live and work with each other. So I think freshman year we drew a lot on our common experiences as caddies and as being incoming freshmen to Northwestern to bond. We didn't choose to be together, we were placed together. And the fact that we've turned it into the best organization on campus is awesome.
The Evans Scholars are a family.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a B caddy or honor caddy, you'll always mess up. There's always something you're gonna do wrong. And the thing is, you'll have 3 other caddies on your loop just looking after you. And the same thing in the house, except there's 30 people looking after you.
One of the best parts of coming into Evans Scholars as a freshman is not only the family and support system that you have immediately from the first day you walk in here, but also a new scholar program. Each freshman class comes in and from the beginning set those study skills that are going to be crucial to our success down the road.
If you're coming into Northwestern, you were probably one of the top in your class in high school and you just breezed by. But now it's all the kids from top of their classes at Northwestern, you have to really compete for a good grade.
And what I want to do is not think of this as being these separate random variables. I want to think of this as being one random variable.
It was nice having the incoming freshman experience in Evans Scholars because they require 10 or 12 study hours a week in the library under supervision of an active scholar to make sure you're really actually studying. And you look back on it and you say thank you.
This is an Evans Scholar family, and not only is the graduation rate of 92%, all 14 houses last year finished the year above a 3.0 cumulatively. If you broke it down, 830 scholars last year in school, their composite cumulative GPA was 3.22 last year. That's extraordinary.
Evans Scholars feel duty-bound to excel in school. Without the scholarship, many would not have gone to college.
Ever since I was a kid, my parents just told me flat out, if you want to go to college, you need to get a full scholarship because we can't pay for it. So when I heard about the Evans Scholarship, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get that.
Most of the Evans Scholars are from like middle class to lower middle class families. I have friends here that are probably from similar backgrounds as I am that are gonna come out hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. You end up paying off loans 15, 20 years down the road. That's the amazing thing about Evans Scholars, that we don't have those loans to pay off. And that's gonna be an amazing opportunity and a fresh start as soon as we graduate.
Get in there.
Oh, that's it.
Oh!
The Evans Scholarship gives a head start to middle-class men and women who have shown the dedication required of a top-notch caddy.
To me, the Evans Scholarship, that's all what America is about, that you can work your way up from nothing if you work hard, and that you can be rewarded.
I can't express how much pride I feel in being an Evans Scholar. First, looking at alums who have graduated a while ago and just what they've become and what they've done with their lives. And second, as I've been in the house, seeing my friends graduate year after year and the type of people that they are, it makes me thrilled to know that one day I'm going to walk out the door and hopefully be just like them.
It's a sense of pride, but it's also a sense of responsibility in that your name is attached to the Evans Scholar name. And to me, there's a lot of value in the Evans Scholar name.
As college tuitions continue to rise, so does the value of an Evans Scholarship. The dream of its founder, Chick Evans, has more meaning than ever.
When I first got the scholarship, Chick had already passed on, but it's incredible how much his legacy lives on, and we're always looking for ways to kind of incorporate him in our lives and to remember him. So one of the things that we do during graduation is on top of our caps, we put "Thanks, Chick."
One little idea started with 1 or 2 scholarships at Northwestern, and it's turned into the largest privately funded scholarship program in the nation. So it goes to show you one man can make a difference, and Chick has definitely made a difference.